Hi everyone, it's Kathy for Not Too Shabby, and I am back as promised with a second video using the super cute Happy Halloween stamp set by Not Too Shabby. I decided for this card to find a way to use the little witch hat and create my own background. I started out with a piece of Cougar super smooth cardstock cut to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I just randomly stamped the witch hat using VersaFine Onyx black ink. After I was done stamping the witch hat all over that piece of cardstock, I coated it with clear embossing powder and used my heat tool to melt the embossing powder. And I did have my heat tool heating up off to the side just so it would be nice and hot before I brought it to the paper. Once I was done with the heat embossing, I did set that off to the side, and while I was waiting for it to cool off a little bit, I used a circle die and ran it through my Gemini Junior with a piece of acetate, just a little scrap that I had in my stash, to create a little stencil. I placed my homemade stencil over the witch hats and started to do a little bit of ink blending. For the orange, I used Catherine Pooler's Orange Twist ink. For the purple, I used Catherine Pooler's Pixie Dust ink. And I did use my makeup brushes to do the blending. And I don't know if it was very noticeable with the orange ink, but with the purple ink, you can see how every time I blend, I'm building up more and more color. I really like the Catherine Pooler inks with a blending brush on Cougar Super Smooth cardstock. It really blends very nicely, and it does dry back a little bit, so the colors do soften a little bit. After I was done with the Pixie Dust ink, I used Catherine Pooler's Lime Rickey ink to stencil a circle around the remaining witch hats. To fill in some of the white space and add just a little bit of texture to the background, I used a little sprinkle stamp that's part of the set and just randomly stamped that again using VersaFine Onyx black ink. After I was done creating the background, I set that off to the side and I stamped the witch on the broom with Memento Tuxedo black ink onto a piece of Cougar Super Smooth cardstock. And then I just jump right in with the Copic coloring. I do have the coloring sped up quite a bit more in this video than in my previous video, which if you haven't had a chance to see that, I'll make sure to link to that at the end of this video. For her skin, I started out with E53 and added that right underneath her bangs and closest to her hairline and down the bottom of her chin. And on her hand, I added the E53 closest to the sleeve of her dress and along the bottom of her hand. I blended that out with E21 and then I finished up with E51. Then I moved on to her hair and I started out with BV17 and just did random flicks again just to add some texture to her hair. I concentrated the BV17 more underneath the brim of her hat, and then where in the stamp you can see where there are pieces of hair that lay over each other. So to separate those pieces, I concentrated the BV17 closest to those edges. After the BV17, I came in with BV11 and added more flick marks, and I did make sure to leave some white space, and I finished up with BV01. And then I decided that I didn't have enough contrast, which was a recurring theme in my previous video. So I came in with BV29 just to darken up some of the areas on her hair, particularly under the brim of her hat, and again to add even more separation between those sections of hair. For her hat and her dress, I decided to use the green markers that I had used in the previous video, and I colored the hat the same way. I added my darkest color, which is G29, along the underside of the sash on the hat, and then above the sash on the hat, and kind of up around the back right side of the hat. For her dress, I added the G29 mostly on the outside. There's a little fold where you can see where her leg is folded from sitting on the broom, and I did kind of like a small little V and extended that out just a little bit to accentuate that fold in her dress. After I was done with the G29, I came in with YG17 to blend that out. On her hat, I made sure to leave white space up at the very top, as well as a small little white line along the brim of her hat. On her dress, I used the YG17 and extended the flick lines, and I did go over the G29 just to soften it up a little bit. And again, with the fold on her leg, I extended the little V that I had drawn with the G29. I extended that a little further with the YG17. After the YG17, I finished coloring everything in with YG03, and then I move on to the sash on her hat. I used C7 and C5, and I concentrated the C7 on the very outer edge and then right next to the buckle, and then on the inside of the buckle. Then I brought in the C5 and just blended that out towards the center, so there would be a little bit of a center highlight on the sash on her hat. For her stockings, I started with C7, and on every other stripe I added the C7 just on the very outer edges of her stockings, and then I added a little bit of the C7 along the bottom of her shoe. I blended out the stripes on her stockings with C5 and added more C5 to her shoe and left a highlight up at the top of her shoe. To finish up her shoe, I came in with C3, and then for the other stripes on her stocking, I colored those in with C1 just so they wouldn't be quite so stark white. I added a little blush to her cheek with R30, and then I colored the buckle with Y08. For the broom handle, I couldn't decide what color to use. I really thought that starting with E31 would be a dark enough brown, and it wasn't, so I came in with E33, and that still wasn't dark enough. So eventually I settled in with E35. For the bristles on the broom, I started with YR27, and I concentrated that up at the top of the broom that's right underneath her little tush. And then for the bottom of the broom that's behind the band, I pretty much colored the broom kind of like how I would color hair. I just did random flicks, and I did the flicks from the top, well, I guess in this case it was from left to right and then from right to left. After the YR27, I came in with YR24 to blend out some of the YR27, and then I finished up with YR21. To bring in at least a little bit of orange on the colored image, I used YR04 for her belt. And then for the band that goes around the broom, I came in with YR27, and that finishes up the coloring. Moving on, the next thing I did was I used my Wonky stitched rectangle dies, and I cut a frame twice from black cardstock, and I cut a piece of vellum so that it would be about the same size. I used liquid glue to adhere one frame to the top of the vellum and used my scissors to trim off the excess vellum. And then I used liquid glue to adhere that to the top of the other black frame. I decided to sandwich the vellum in between the two black frames just so it would be easier to adhere to the front of my card. I did set the frame off to the side and put acrylic blocks on top of it just so the glue had a little bit of time to adhere. And while I was waiting for that, I adhered my background panel, which I did trim down to 4 by 5 1/4, and I adhered that to a piece of black cardstock that is cut just slightly smaller than the front of my card base. I set that piece aside and came back to my little frame with the vellum and put that into my MISTI so I could stamp the sentiment. I did treat the vellum with my anti-static powder bag because I was going to emboss the sentiment on the vellum. I stamped the sentiment with VersaFine Onyx black ink, coated it with clear embossing powder, and brought my heat gun to it to melt that powder. And again, I had my heat tool heating up off to the side. Especially with vellum, you don't want to leave the heat on there too much because you can actually scorch vellum. After the embossing powder was melted, it was time to finish up the card. I adhered my background panel to the front of a top folding A2 size white note card using my tape runner. I used liquid glue to adhere the frame to the front of my card base, and again I put a bunch of acrylic blocks on top of that just so the glue could settle in a little bit. I did run my image through my brother's scan and cut machine to cut it out, and I did add a bunch of foam tape to the back side of that. I adhered her in place, and to finish it up I used my Wink of Stella glitter pen and added a little bit of shimmer to the stars on the witch hats that are inside the stenciled circles. And that's it. That finishes up my card for today. I'll make sure to have all of the Copic colors that I used listed in the description box below for you, as well as links to the products that I used. Thank you so much for joining me. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you've not yet subscribed, I'd love it if you would. And don't forget to ring the bell so you're notified every time a new video is posted. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.